Namaste and welcome to today's episode. We all been talking about coronavirus, COVID-19. What is a virus? A virus is a RNA which is enclosed in a protein pouch which is surrounded by fat. This is a simple definition of an RNA, a genetic code of your protein in a protein pouch surrounded with fat. Now, RNA viruses are a part of our body. We are born with viruses. They remain dormant for majority of the time or till the time the condition is not conducive to it. When the condition is conducive, they multiply, they grow, they hack, they attach themselves to cell, they go inside the cell and they cause issues. Same is the case with this coronavirus. Now, studies have shown that this started from so-called wet market, transferred between animals, then transferred between animals to humans, and then it is transferring between humans to humans and multiplying. Now, couple of things we have to understand. This virus is here to stay, and I think now the government bodies, be it your state body, national body, uh, everybody is, or health ministry, they're saying, or WHO, they're saying that we should learn to live with this virus, and that's the case with all viruses. We know you can't kill a virus. They are not living. They are dormant. Okay, so you can't kill them. So we need to start to learn to live with the virus. We can't live in lockdown forever. We all know that. A lot of countries, a lot of states, cities have been under lockdown for a very long time, which is impacting the economy, which is impacting the mental health, which is impacting a lot of other issues. Still, the curve is going up, it is going down. But I think it was right at this moment to do lockdowns, to maintain social distancing, to maintain isolations. But since there is no vaccine, since there is no cure, eventually you will open up the lockdowns. So what you do right now to help you prevent uh, once you get out of your house is something that we'll talk about. Please remember, this can happen to anybody. Anybody and everybody at all ages can be a carrier, can be a victim, or can be infected by this virus. It is all about your immunity, which will help you prevent from getting prey to it. So, first thing that you have to remember is maintain and work towards improving your immunity. That's number one. That's given. Okay. When do you work on it? Now. Till when? Forever. So that's given. See, virus is not a disease. Okay. People say I've got virus. Virus is not a disease. Virus is a non-living thing. The disease is how the body responds to that virus. Now, if you have certain conditions, be it cardiovascular disease, be it hypertension, uh, be it diabetes, or any lung disease, pulmonary disease, you are more prone to this virus. So, I might be a carrier, but with a good immunity with no underlying condition, I might handle it better. Somebody else with same immunity but certain other conditions will be more susceptible. Third person with same condition but with lower immunity would be more at risk. So, first thing, law of proportions, you need to work on immunity so that the chances are reduced by 50%. What also happens is when you get in contact with this virus, it all depends on how your immune system responds to it. Now, if you have certain underlying condition, there are certain protein in our body known as cytokines. Now, these cytokines are released faster. When they are released, the immune system is basically going into a hyper mode by trying to protect you. So the immune system, it's like you have stepped on the pedal of your car and the car takes a speed. So when the car takes a speed, it becomes difficult for it to maneuver around the city, maneuver and manage all the obstruction, everything that comes in place, and it might bump, hit anything, anywhere, and that's where the problem starts. Now, couple of things you have to look at from a bigger perspective. Why did certain countries did better as compared to other countries when it came to virus? Italy, one of the best infrastructure in the world, had highest cases reported. One, because they tested it. Secondly, they have more people who got elders who are more prone to it. Thirdly, there are a lot of people who have got diabetes and heart related issues. So three factors impacted Italy. Not that uh, the people there, uh, uh, the virus spread like anything, or everybody from China moved to Italy. It happened everywhere. But there is a country next to China, Taiwan, 60 miles away from, or 80 miles away from China, 23 million population, 40,000 people travel every day between China and Taiwan. They were able to control it. Why? That's a question we should ask. Look at Germany for a matter, or look at New Zealand. Okay, South Korea, they were able to do. Scandinavian countries, Iceland, um, Finland, Denmark, they had low cases because they responded fast. They were able to manage it. Now, in case of Taiwan, Taiwan had a lot of learnings from SARS, which happened few years back. They had a lot of casualty. So they have changed their education system, saying what to do in case of a global pandemic or a airborne disease. So that's a part of the curriculum. So when this pandemic was declared, they actually closed everything, self-isolated themselves, and they started testing. This disease has an incubation period of anywhere between 14 to 20 days. So that means if everybody in this planet is isolated for 21 days and everybody gets checked, you can control this disease. Is it possible? The answer is no. It is not possible practically to do it. So, what you need to do is you need to change your behavior. You need to change the way you operate around it, the way you uh, want to live your life around it without taking too much of tension. So, I'll talk about a couple of things. What you should do. First, we all have to learn to have patience. Okay, searching net every day looking for a vaccine will not get a vaccine will take its own time. It will go through clinical trials. So hoping that the vaccine will come and fix it next day, 2 days, 10 days, it's not an answer. The vaccine is not here anywhere till end of this year. Second, uh, we need to start an education system, starting within a family, then within a society, then a community, then a country, then the world, talking about what measures we need to take. I think that needs to be imbibed day in, day out in everybody's brain. What are the things? Wearing face mask if you're traveling in a social place where you're exposed to more people. So if you're in the home, or if you're within a confined area where a lot of people are not available, you don't need a mask. But if you're going out in public places, because which you eventually will, so you would need a face mask. So try to look at investing in face masks, arranging them, because once this lockdown gets over, there will be a lot of people who will go out assuming that nothing will happen to them. I hope that nothing happens to them, but if their immunity is weak, they will have a problem. Second, social distancing. I think that's something it's a thing of something that we have to live with it now. Okay, that means avoiding as much crowded place as possible. Okay, it will definitely have an impact on people going to malls, people going to pubs, restaurants, eating out, cinemas, and I'm sure a lot of people will bring some rules around it, but we need to accept this fact that is here to stay. Okay, testing. So as and when you see certain symptoms, come out, talk to your doctors, talk about your symptoms, get it tested. There's no harm in getting tested, because you getting tested, if you have certain symptoms, will prevent if unfortunately you have this problem, and it multiplies. Okay, uh, it has to be controlled on a scale of n is to 1. So it means at one person, if you stop, the infection does not spread, otherwise it multiplies at a speed of 10. Third thing, uh, focus on personal hygiene. Okay, re-imbibe the fact of washing hands is important, not touching your face, nose, mouth if you've touched anything. Okay, cleaning of surfaces which you are more prone, or you are more in contact with. Important thing from a society perspective, from an individual perspective, is about communication. So I think the government, the social bodies, civic bodies, they need to have a clear communication guidelines through a channel saying which areas, when. So single portal where everybody every day that updates are being submitted, so that anybody and everybody can know about it. Third, I think as it's not a failure of any government if there is a spread out. It's not failure of any society, but there has to be a transparency. There has to be transparency around these are the tests, these are the cases, and this is the situation. Because once you accept the situation, then only you understand the gravity and you work towards it. have very clear guidelines for all sectors. So be it police, be it civic bodies, be it uh, your toll people, be it your interstate, be it your offices, have very clear guidelines on saying if you're an employer, you should have very clear guidelines. If you're an employee, you should insist for clear guidelines of what are the guidelines for me when I join back my office. I think that's a right to ask. Okay, don't assume that if the lockdown is over next week and you step out, you are safe. No, you are not. You are more prone. What you should do is also we'll talk about. And I think lastly, we all should learn to support everyone. See how can you make life easy for others. Uh, how can you support each other by uh, substituting their work, by supplementing their work, by complementing their life, because it's all about supporting your community. Okay, all this will help us to live better with this virus, but at the base of improving your immunity. Immunity will not be improved by taking certain supplements, it will not be improved by taking certain spices, it will not be improved by taking certain food. Immunity will be improved when you look at holistically. First step, work on your sleep. Second, look at your stress, your state of mind. Third, what is your breathing telling you? Fourth, what is your digestion? Fifth, what is your absorption? Sixth, what is your movement? Seventh, how do you absorb the food that you have eaten? How do you eliminate once it has been done? Sixth, how much time are you investing in your relationship? How much time you are looking at creativity? How much time you are spending to do things that brings joy to you? Okay, we will talk about how to build immunity in times to come, but start with certain simple steps. Right now, once we are in lockdown, this is no time to have comfort food. We all are very good at culinary skills, but there is no time to eat comfort food to suppress your feeling that I'm into lockdown, I can't step out, let me cook at them. This lockdown is for your safety, and you don't want to give in to your comfort foods at the sake of your immunity. Work on building your immunity every day, because this is something that will take you to the next step. Have a wonderful afternoon and evening, everyone, and we'll catch up soon. Namaste.